have now tuned into my If Loving You Is Wrong recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so. Also, be sure to share this video wherever you like to share videos, like on Facebook, Google Plus, or Twitter, or wherever, okay? And don't forget to give it that good old thumbs up, the like button, okay? So, now, this episode was freaking spicy, okay? I was sitting here at the edge of my seat just enjoying every moment of it. I don't think there was a really dry moment, except for maybe part where Natalie was kind of talking to her son. But, I mean, it wasn't even dry because they had a good moral to it. So, Alex, she's trying to stop Brad from going out of his character and doing crazy things. He's walking around with a gun and literally going to Randall's apartment, kicks down the door, but luckily Randall wasn't there at that time. I guess he had left so things could kind of cool down, and then he could come back when things are doing much better. So he sees by the shed, he goes to the shed first, and you already know the infamous shed. Now he looks over and he sees that boat that Randall has been working on. And he takes an axe and he hacks away at that thing right there. Because he knows that that was something that really meant a lot to Randall. Because, yeah, like I say, he's been working on it for some time now. Kelly's son, he tells, like, the other kids when they were talking about fathers and stuff, he says that his dad doesn't answer him, and he calls, he leaves voicemails, and he doesn't return his calls, and he doesn't come to see him either. So Kelly, she's feeling real crappy about it, and she's like, you know what, he's going to call you. He's going to. And he's like, well, it doesn't matter anyway. You know, kids, they know and they understand when you do things to hurt them. And him trying to pursue and get back with Kelly, but you're not doing the things that you're supposed. I mean, it's not his kid anyway, but he's been that father figure. So to just pull that person away like that and not have any contact is messed up. But he's under the notion that, okay, the reason why is because, you know, they're not in that type of space anymore. So that's the reason why he's just like kind of taking some steps back and he's not doing that whole fatherly role anymore. Natalie, she breaks down because she realizes that her oldest son, I forgot his name, but he kind of lacks things that a man should know, such as a simple thing like tying his tie. He didn't know how to do that, and he was kind of embarrassed to mention that he didn't know, but Lucius showed him how to do it before he went to work. And when they went to work, that's when she broke down, and she was just like, I realized, like, having you at such a young age, and the father that was in your life, he wasn't there in your life, and I apologize for that. I apologize for not being able to show you how to be a man. I mean, as much as we try as women to fulfill that void, it's different. The manly kind of bond that guys tend to have as opposed to the feminine side that a mother tends to have. You know, we like to hug and nurture. I mean, I'm such like a big baby when it comes to my son, and you know, it's different when they're with a guy because, you know, they wrestle and stuff. I mean, I wrestle and stuff too, but then it's like, okay, hold on. I am a lady. Don't get too rough with me, boy. What are you doing? That type of thing. So Ed confronts Lucius in the locker room, and he literally knocks his sandwich out of his hand, and he starts telling him that that he can't check him. And don't be like trying to be the good guy and stuff like that and telling him what he can and can't do. And, you know, that it just makes me pissed off, that whole little scene right there, because he knows that Lucius really needs that job. So that's the reason why he's acting like that. I feel like he knows, like, that it's been hard for him and you know, being just a black man in general, it struggles in order to get a job, maintain a job, and things like that. And now he finally has something, and Ed knows that. And I feel like that's part of the reason why he's treating him like that. Because if it was a different scenario, if he wasn't a cop, like, this dude would have probably knocked him out already. But he's trying to maintain his composure. But I feel like his day is coming. Like, he's going to do something one day where it's just going to blow us away. And we're going to be like, we're going to be sitting here like, yo, Lucius. Because you can see, like, it's like me. you know, I like to put myself in stuff all the time. When it's like I could boil until the pot just overflows, and then it's like you just get crazy, you just explode. So that's what I feel like is happening right now with Lucius. Like he's trying to be cool, but it's like certain things is happening that is just not making sense. Like how homie over here, they go on, you know, like their regular little ride, and this dude, he pulls over some kids. I mean, they wasn't really kids, they're like teenagers. He pulls them over talking about they're doing stuff. And then when they get back in the car, Lucius is like, yo, like, what's up? And he's like, that wasn't cool. And he's like, yo, they're scum. What's this? He shows him money that he took out the kid's pocket. Then he also shows him some coke. And then he smokes. He sniffs the coke on some training day crooked cop status, like crazy. And I'm just like, yo, this dude is pure scum. Like, he makes me so mad. I hate to see it. It's like racial profiling. It's just a little bit of having that authority and abusing authority. There are people that get in certain positions and they just forget, and they just feel like I'm above the law. I could do whatever I want to do and nobody can tell me nothing. That's the kind of image that he's putting out there. I feel like he's probably like insecure or something, and now that he got the badge, that helps him to feel like he has some large cajones, you know? Cajones. So Esmeralda, when she had seen Lucius and was talking to him, she told him that he better be careful. And he's like, and that he needs to just kind of like mind his business and not say nothing about nothing. You know, one of those things, because she's seen some rookie cops come and she's seen them disappear, if you know what I mean. So he's like, that's not me. But I feel like at the moment it kind of is him, because he's not really saying too much about certain things. And this dude in the locker room, I feel like he was kind of punking him. Like, for real, he didn't really show full fear, but I feel like he didn't show like, you can't push me around either, because I guess he knows that at the end of the day, this guy has the ability to take his job away from him, and he's trying to hold on to that. But like the mama said, not every money is good money. I mean, it's probably good money, you know, it's able to feed the family, all those kids and stuff that they got, but it's like, damn, was it worth it when you have to compromise everything, your morals and all that stuff? It's like how her son was trying to get that job at the power plant, but she's like, yo, your uncle died from cancer. I think she said the uncle, right? Or the grandfather. Somebody died from cancer, and somebody else has cancer too. And those types of things, even though they don't say it, a lot of times there's radiation or whatever, chemicals from the power plant is going into your system because you're there every day, and ultimately it can cause cancer. It's carcinogenic. So now Travis, he goes to see Kelly, and who comes by shortly after he arrives? His mama. And it was just mighty fine for her to come by at that time out of all the times possible. It just seemed so staged, you know? And Kelly was like, it's nice of you to do this for him, but it's not going to change anything. And I totally understood where she was coming from, because I felt like, all right, this seems very staged. Like, you just told her, okay, I'm coming over to Kelly's house, so come over and apologize and say something nice, and so I can get her back, type of thing. But I don't know, she said that it wasn't like that, but it just is like, he hasn't been there for so long. Why do you randomly think, okay, he's going to be over there out of all the places in the whole wide world? How long have they been apart? Haven't they been apart for some time now? Because he was there with the other girl and engaged to her and all that. So why would you think all of a sudden, oh, he's probably at Kelly's house? I don't know. It seemed odd to me. Then he goes to try to kiss Kelly after the mama leaves. After the mama leaves with such a nice note. But Kelly was like, she was keeping her mouth closed. She was not trying to have it. She's like, legs closed, eyes wide open, honey. Yeah, we be thinking with our heads today. Ain't no lust going on right here. You're not going to play me for a fool and then gonna come back up in here? Nah, we're not doing that, brother. because you don't got your little side little piece over there, your fiance, now you want to come back over here? Nah, buddy. It ain't that type of party. We're here because Justice is coming over soon, and I would like you to talk to him. So he has a nice little one-on-one conversation with the little kid, Justice, her son, and tells him that he's actually not his biological father, but he's going to be there for him. I feel like Justice kind of took it hard because the way that he left, it just kind of seems like he needs answers now. It's like now he's probably going to go on a search for his real dad, because that's how it tends to go. It's like, okay, I know you're not my dad, but who is? And that question was kind of left unanswered. So that like kind of puts things in people's head where now they're like, dang, like who is my father? So yeah, we're gonna see what happens with that. Hopefully Travis, he actually stays in his life, because he seems like somebody that really influenced him a lot and was really there for him for quite some time. Because if that's the only father he's known, he had to have been in his life probably since he was very young or a baby, but probably very young. Okay, so now, from that scene, you could definitely tell that Kelly would like to go back to Travis, but the reason why she doesn't want to is pride, don't want to repeat the same steps over again, because that tends to happen a lot of times with these types of situations. You let them back in and they're like, oh, she's easy, she'll let me back in, and they do it over. So you want to avoid those types of mistakes. You don't want to ever let anyone think that they can get over on you. No man can sit on my head. You don't want anyone to ever think that they can like get over on you, because then people can only do what you allow them to do. And if you allow him to come back after he done played you, you call all the time, he ain't answering the phone, he can't get calls, but yet somebody picking up the phone, he come back engaged out of all things, and they having a little party, don't want you to come. Like, they literally humiliated her. And now you trying to come back. People be doing some stupid things. Like, it's funny how people will come back maybe a couple months later, a couple weeks later, a year later, and pretend as though they have never done anything to you. I've had like 2 people do stuff like that. Is you come back, hey girl, how you doing? I see you're on YouTube. I see you're doing your thing. I love your pictures. Okay, so you don't remember that you hurt me, and that's why I stopped talking to you? You must, you forgot that, huh? I didn't. I mean, I'll say hi. I'll like your pictures on Instagram if I have you as a friend. Maybe I'll add you on Facebook. Maybe, if I'm feeling good that day. But you can never forget how someone made you feel. You might forget exactly what it was. What was it that he did to me? He did what? Nah, but you can't forget the hurt and the pain, So Randall, he finally comes home, and it's morning time, and guess who is still hacking away at that boat? Homeboy, Mr. Brad was hacking away at that thing all night long. Until morning. He got the sweat in his freaking back. He probably had sweat under his arms and everything. It looked like it was sunny. I mean, he was hacking. He was letting out all his frustration and all his stress on that boat, boy. It was just wood. You could just lit a fire and just feel nice and hot if you was in the woods or something and it was cold outside. I mean, I'm saying it was done. So, yeah, Randall comes and he's just like, he looks inside his house. He's like, like, my door's open? Somebody done kicked down my door? So he walks through and he sees Mr. Brad just hacking away, and he's like, So, I'm sorry. That was the funniest thing I ever seen in my life. Like, you've been doing this guy's wife for how long? And his baby could possibly be your baby. And you think... Wait. I gotta process this. Oh, my God. You think that saying I'm sorry is going to cut it. That's going to just erase everything. I mean, honestly and truly, if you didn't get caught, you probably would have still been doing it. I mean, you was there at the man party and you was feeling up his wife at the party, so you really have no remorse. The only thing you're probably sorry about, I'm sorry you got caught, bro. That's pretty much just about it. That's all I can see you being sorry for. So yeah, this fool, they start fighting, and homeboy still got Brad, he still has the gun in his pocket, so he pulls that out, starts shooting. I'm like, oh my gosh, stop listening to Ed, because Ed gonna get your behind locked up, like seriously. So yeah, this chick, she hears what's going on, Alex. She goes inside the house, she starts running. I'm like, girl, you don't need to be running and getting your blood pressure all high. Aren't you still pregnant? So she runs over to them. I'm like, and I guess she's trying to save both of them because she in love with both of them at the end of the day. Somebody has said it right. She is trying to deny it, but she is in love with Randall. She wants to be with Randall if things were differently. If she didn't have kids with her husband already, she probably would try to be with Randall. This is like a fantasy of hers. I mean, she already admitted that he gives her better stuff. He has better goods than her husband does. And that's really like a blow and a punch to the face and the stomach as well as the groin. So, I mean, she's just with Brad because maybe he gives her that financial stability, because does she even work? And he also is a good father and he's romantic. But as far as anything else, like the passion, the fire, she gets that from Randall. And probably the big bang, you know what I'm saying? So, alright guys, that's pretty much it. I want to know what y'all think down below. Definitely tell me. Let's have a chit chat, because y'all know I talk back. Alright, down below in the description area. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other channel, Samore Love TV, where I do makeup looks, okay? Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.